Take two. There we go. What?
Is there going to be a live stream?
There is.
It's going to work.
What?
It's going to work, huh?
Yes. We're working right now.
Somebody that's in Ohio.
What?
That Sandra's up for 2 awards and she's in Ohio, so.
Yeah, hopefully it's working right now.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Mix 10 is what's coming through here. I wonder if we...
That's the wireless mic, number 5.
These other ones are nothing,
They
right?
shouldn't be anything.
So let's go ahead and pull those down.
I can even mute those channels if you want.
Yeah, we might as well. Yeah.
If they end up using the corded mic for some reason, we'll have to unmute one and put the slider up.
Okay.
Because otherwise they won't hear.
They won't
through
hear.
there.
Yeah. Good call.
My guess is they're just going to share the.
That's what I would think.
So it's going right now?
It should be. Yeah. Yeah.
It hasn't appeared yet. If the other two appears. Yeah. Check it.
My viewers.
There it is. Yeah, it is live.
I hate how pixelated it is.
Yeah.
I know, but zooming in, I'm like, oh, we're gonna lose quality.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for putting up
Thank
all the
you.
stress. Thank you.
We don't know what we're doing either.
Yeah.
Coming here like
Well, I mean, I was thinking about it too.
Well, when you don't know what equipment you're coming into or anything, it's like,
I know. Oh well.
we just have to make it work with what we have. It's all coming together.
It is.
Go teams.
It doesn't need to be like this.
We're going to put you on the tech team next year. So how's that?
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can help out in a pinch. I'm not an expert on the stuff, but I'm an associate pastor, which means you get
Gotcha, yeah.
a lot of the... So I become the IT guy at church and had to learn a lot of this.
Yeah. And where are you?
So Christ Center in Junction City,
Okay.
north of Eugene. So.
Yeah. Do you know the town of Rogue River?
No.
Okay. It's supposedly somewhat near Eugene.
Oh, okay.
My husband, like, for part of childhood, they were in Rogue River for a couple of years. But everybody who lives in Oregon that I've asked, they're like, I don't know where that is.
I mean, I know
It's
where the
apparently
Rogue
a tiny,
River is,
tiny,
so
tiny
it must
town.
be on the Rogue River?
Yeah.
It's flipping.
It should be going great. I need to run, and I'll be back.
Okay.
And there shouldn't be any issues. I think we should leave it going. So
I could.
Does this show that is that?
that's the audio.
You want me
Yeah.
to
So
pull
if
this?
you pull that down a second. That should.
Is it where's it picking up?
Right now, it's probably picking up from the wireless mic.
Yeah, the
because
one mic.
She turned it on and left it up there.
Yeah. That should be. You want to test
But
that just
why
to be
does
sure.
it-
Pull down that channel.
It seems to respond when we're talking.
Is that you want it there or? Uh-oh.
What happened? I had this cable. There was this cable. It wasn't through there. Oh gosh. It wasn't in there. this wasn't it, was it? He brought something from here.
Hey guys, Jason's.
He brought. Remember, he had plugged something in from over here. Are you kidding me?
Like a dongle or a cable?
It was from over here. I thought he had.
Like it wasn't this.
This
Oh
one.
yeah, what?
This is HDMI,
Oh, wait,
right?
is it this? Is that?
Maybe? I don't think so.
Yeah, what?
team, and we're grateful to her. And she works really hard, and I see her already working her way up there, so she's ahead of me. I won't tell you any stories tonight, but maybe next time. Christina, thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's get on to finalists and prizes and winners. Right? Okay. Linda, you're on.
I got it. Can't go anywhere without my water. I wish I had a little tiny table to put it on, but I don't. So, welcome, writers, editors, agents, lovers of words, readers. I mean, face it, we're all here because first we were readers before we were writers and editors and agents. We just love the written word. And that is why we are here, is to celebrate the use of the written word to glorify God, whom we also all love, our dear Savior Jesus. I want to start tonight by, I'm going to try to keep this shorter than last year. I kind of got off. Give me a mic. It's a scary thing. I think I said to people about 8 or 9 times today, I need to go write my speech. Everybody, raise your hand if I said that to you today. Okay, maybe it was more than that. Anyway, I finally did go write something down and have some notes, but I tend to ad-lib when I'm going to try to keep it short. First of all, I want to thank our judges. We had 63 preliminary judges and 18 finals judges, and our finals judges are all agents and editors in the Christian publishing industry. So if you were a preliminary judge, would you please stand? There's And if you were a finals judge, would you please stand? Okay, I thought there were more of them here, but so we have a lot of, and actually on the back of your program you'll see a list of all of the finals judges. So we could not do this contest without the help of those judges. They are the ones that filled out the wonderful score sheets with great feedback for all of the, well, first of all, the preliminary judges for all the contestants, and then the finals judges for the, I don't do math, 13 categories times 4 finalists. Somebody else do the math for me. I should have done the math ahead of time, but it's not my thing. I also want to thank everyone else that helped. And unlike Julie and Christina, I am really bad about writing cards and getting things to give gifts of thank you. I feel a ton of gratitude. I am humbled by all of the people who came in and put flowers in vases and the rocks in the vases so the flowers could go in, and the desserts on the back table, and the tablecloths. I think I put 2 of them on and then I left. And the people who colored, so your programs, you will notice every single program is unique. And those were hand colored by a whole bunch of people throughout the last couple of days. I brought them black and white, and they are now on Sunday, and they are now all beautiful colors. So please take one home with you. I just am surprised always by the willingness of people to just step up and help. I'm humbled by that. And so I'm gonna name one person because she's right here in front of me, and she created the beautiful certificates that you're all gonna see tonight. And that is Shannon Scare, who's new to OCW or CCW. I knew I was gonna do that. She's new to CCW, but really stepped up and did a lot. But that doesn't and overshadow all of the wonderful things that everyone else has done. We have Julie Zander down here ready to take photos, and she hasn't done all of her work yet, but she's going to. You're all going to get your photo taken. So I want to talk a little bit about logistics, just because things are a little different this year. So for each category, there are 4 finalists. There are pictures, well, we're having some issues with it going out a little bit. But anyway, the pictures of all of the finalists, except for one who didn't ever send me a picture, so she's a cute little cartoon, will be up on the screen. My co-host and I will take turns listing all of the finalists. When your name is called, if you would stand if you're here. And then after we've named all the finalists, we are going to read the first line for the second place and have the second place winner come up on stage, come up these stairs here, and did we sit that back far enough, Julie? We forgot to test it. You're going to come up, if you're a second place winner, get your certificate, and then we have prizes for the winners, the first and second place winners, and you will see those when you come up. Then we'll do the same thing with the first place winner for that category. You can stop at this little banner, our new banner that Julie Bonblanc got made for us that is absolutely gorgeous with our new logo, and have your photo taken with your certificate and your journal if you're second place, or book if you're first place. For finalists, you're wondering, how do I get my certificate if I don't go up on stage? Well, the wonderful Julie Zander has all of the finalist certificates that can be picked up afterwards, and you can get your picture taken as well. We're trying to move things along a little faster than having everybody come up and then the winners come up a second time. So hopefully that makes sense. And then, as Julie said, we are at the end going to get a photo of just the winners, the first and second place winners. So last year, for those of you who were here or watched on the live stream, I brought Ranger Bear. This is Karen Barnett's little mascot. That's what he is, mascot. And he has a huge Instagram following. And I also brought up my teddy bear, Calvin. Well, Calvin is not here. He's back in the room because he was feeling a little under the weather. But he is with all of you on the live stream. He's watching on the live stream to see all of his friends. That's the reason Ranger Bear is up here, so he could see Ranger Bear. And so, for those of you on the live stream, I'm really happy we got it working, that you're able to watch this. Thank you to Jason and Jesse and Grace for making that happen. And I think there was the guy that works here too. Yeah. I was not sure it was going to happen at one point. I don't think they were sure it was going to happen. What? It's not? What? I watched the video on my phone 5 minutes ago before I came up here. What happened? All right, well, you guys can hear me. You can't see Ranger Bear, but that's okay. All right, one last thing. I want to share a poem with you all. This is a poem that I wrote. It's in my poetry book in so few words. There's still 2 copies in the bookstore. I don't know if they're selling anymore, though. But anyway, this is a poem that is a metaphor that I just love. It's called Sifting Beans. I'm sifting through dry beans, picking out rocks, tossing damaged beans, skipping the limas, keeping the good ones, planning a steaming hot pot of bean soup with bacon, carrots, celery, and onion, and a few of my favorite herbs. Or maybe I'm writing a memoir. And I love this poem because it doesn't just apply to memoir. It applies to all writing. As we write, we have a whole lot of nouns and verbs and adjectives and adverbs that one should use sparingly, like, cayenne pepper, ghost pepper. You don't want to use too many adverbs. Sometimes they're helpful. But we have all of these words to choose from. We have scenes to pick. We may write a whole book and then go through and go, I'm not putting that one in, it doesn't really fit. So that it's sort of like creating a recipe and sifting through the beans and deciding on the ingredients to make just the right piece of writing for the purpose that we've written it for. So when y'all are trying to decide, don't ask me why I said y'all. I am not from the South. I am so not. I'm a California, Washington, Oregon girl. That's all. I don't know where y'all came from. Okay, all right. I can go. I was in the South in January, so maybe I picked it up there and it's been in my back pocket. Anyway, as you are writing, remember that recipes can be a little flexible. Sometimes you got to cut things. Sometimes you have to add things in. Sometimes you need the help of someone else to make sure the recipe is right, like an editor, to show you where maybe you're not seeing something that needs to change. So if you're trying to decide on what to do, just remember my pot of soups and sifting beans. I have two other announcements because Christina told me I had to make these announcements, and so they're at the end. But so we have to be out of Riverfront. If you are in Riverfront Lodge, you have to be out by 10 a.m. You can put your stuff in Hood if you need to, so that you can go to brunch. And if you have books in the bookstore, they have to be checked out tonight after the award ceremony, before you go to bed. All right, that is all I have, except to introduce my lovely co-host, Angela Ruth Strong, who, when I asked her how she wanted me to list her, well, first of all, I asked her to do this, and then after she'd said yes, I told her she had to give a 5-minute speech. So she was gracious and continued. She did not renege on wanting to be my co-host. I asked her how she wanted her speech to be titled. I said, do you want it to be words of humor? Because I know she writes some humor. She's a funny. I said, do you want it to be words of romance? She's like, no, I think I want it to be words of encouragement. And that fits her, because she really is an encourager. And so I'm going to turn it over to Angela.
Thank you. So congratulations to all the finalists. And when I say all, I mean congratulations to those who will be announced as winners, as well as those who don't win. And I can congratulate the losers because I'm a fellow loser. The one time I finaled for a Christie Award, Nicole Deese beat me. And that night, the next night, we went downtown Nashville to Broadway, and there were honky-tonks there. One was called Winners and one was called Losers. I got my picture in front of the Losers honky-tonk. I tried to get Nicole to get in front of the Winners, and she wouldn't do it. However, the night of the awards banquet, when the winners were supposed to go on stage for a picture, she made me go up on stage to get a picture with her and Becky Wade, even though I didn't have a trophy. I stood between them, and they held their trophies and got a picture, and my daughter saw the picture, and she said, "Where's yours?" But the joke's on her, because even though I lost, I feel like a winner. It was simply an honor to be nominated, just like it's an honor to be here with you tonight. I agreed to help hand out the Cascade Awards, as Linda said, because I get to wear a fancy dress. It wasn't until after I agreed that she told me I'd be here speaking. Last year I was here when Alice Kreider shared her word of wisdom, but I didn't think I had wisdom to offer. I feel more like I relate to that line in the A-Team, the movie, when Jessica Biel says the A-Team specializes in the ridiculous. But if you think about it, we're all a little ridiculous. Writing is ridiculous. We're telling stories, many of them made up with imaginary characters, and we're daring to dream that strangers want to hear what we made up in our heads. Pursuing a dream in itself is ridiculous. We're putting all the work in without any guarantee of a reward. It feels like a curse sometimes. Like, why do I have to want this so badly? Who am I to believe I have what it takes? The more we try, the more chances we have to fail, to make a fool of ourselves. The bigger we build our platform, the more people will see us when we fall off. The more people will notice if we're not holding an award. It can be scary and very discouraging to get rejection after rejection. So while I don't have wisdom to offer, I want to offer a word of encouragement. Rather than focus on what I don't have, I like to focus on what I do have. I claim Philippians 3:16, only live up to that which we have already obtained. Only live up to that which we have already obtained. What have you obtained? You've been given the dream to write. How are you going to live up to that? You're currently attending a writing conference in one of the most beautiful places in the world. How are you going to live up to that? You're surrounded by other like-minded writers. How are you going to live up to that? The creator of the universe gave his life for you so that you can spend eternity in heaven. How are you going to live up to that? Wherever you're at, you've been given more than you deserve. It's ridiculous. Much like writing. A study at Harvard University found that if they could bottle thankfulness and sell it on the market, all the benefits of thankfulness would make it the most expensive drug in the world. Thankfulness will make you feel like a winner. Or, as Psalms 50:23 says, he who offers thank offerings prepares the way for the salvation of God. That's really why we're at a Christian conference, right? We want to prepare the way for the salvation of God, which means we must first be thankful. So again, I want to congratulate all the winners and losers, as well as those of you who didn't final in the contest and those of you who didn't even enter. We've all got something to celebrate tonight. You're a winner, just like Nicole made me feel like a winner when pulling me up on the stage after I lost the Christie Award. Keep pursuing your dreams, keep sharing God's love, keep up the good work. That's winning. Congratulations.
Thank you, Angela, for that encouragement, not only to all of them, but to me as well. I appreciate it. So now you guys are all like, why is it taking so long to get to this part? We're to the fun part. We're going to start announcing the finalists and then some winners. So our first category is article, column, nonfiction, short story. I think, there we go. All right, so the first finalist is Denise E. Arzoyan, Pebbles in My Heart. And again, if you would stand if you're here. Rindy Fleming, Painter of the Sky. Deborah K. Cornfield, 2 minutes. And Sherry Langton, Almost Heaven. Actually stuck them closed. Give you those. All right. So, the second place winner. On a lovely spring Thursday evening in Wheaton, Illinois, our second child, Karis Joy, burst into the world, full term and chubby. Deborah K. Cornfield, 2 minutes. And if you're not here, I will be mailing out all of the certificates. I should have mentioned this earlier. We have a lot of finalists who live a long way away and were not able to come. So we will send that to her. And now, the first place article column nonfiction short story. Sometimes the smallest things can produce the biggest change in my life. Denise E. Arzoyan, Pebbles in My Heart. Yes, if you are a second or first place winner, you are to come up and you'll get your certificate, and first place is getting a craft-related book, and the second place is getting a journal.
All right, devotional. The finalists are Sandra Beck, Pile of Feathers, Susan Mary Mix, The Seed Keeper, Lana Usilton, Cast a Line, and Marcy Whitehurst, Adopted Not Forgotten. Second place. Our ranch is overrun with doves. When there are two, they seemed romantic, but now the sheer number of them has become an annoyance. Sandra Beck, Pile of Feathers. And our first place. Have you ever gone fishing and cast your line into the water in hopes of catching a big one? Lena M. Usilton, Cast a Line.
Our next category is fiction short story. This is why I have water. Our first finalist is Lori Altabomber, The Last Parade. Alyssa Casanova, Swept Away. Pamela McDavid, The Dirt of Guinea. And Brian Ruby, The Night Charlie Winslow Died. Second place. West African dirt comes in two varieties. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Variations, dry and wet. Pamela McDavid, The Dirt of Guinea. You don't have to, no. And the first place winner, the kids would be here soon. They'd want to tell them in person, not over the phone. Lori Altabomber, The Last Parade.
All right, on to poetry. We have Nancy Jean Aguilar, A Cell Phone Psalm. Laquita Detman, On Language and Life. Annette Marie Griffin, But There's a Place. And Ruth Hannah Wood, The Day Before Sunday.
Oh, why are there 3 in here? That's not right. Oh, these are 2 different things. They're for like later.
All right. We paused for some drama there. Second place. My phone is my shepherd, it keeps me wanting. Nancy Jean Aguilar, A Cell Phone Psalm. And first place, when days seem long and chores loom never ending, and deadlines turn and spin and my time in vain, Annette Marie Griffin, But There's a Place.
All right, next we have Children's Picture Book. And I just want to say of this category, this was the most competition of any of the categories, with 40 entries. So if you didn't final and you entered a children's picture book, that doesn't mean you didn't do a great job on your children's picture book. All right, so our first finalist is Cindy W. Aurora, Princess Peacock. Robin Curry, Just Enough Room for Christmas. Kendi Pearson, Pollywog Dreams. And Cheryl Seacom, When Did God Know? And the second place children's picture book. Seymour was a happy pollywog and very proud of his shiny gills and pointy tail. Kendi Pearson, Pollywog Dreams. Yeah, go over here and get your picture. The last 2 didn't want their picture taken, but you can get your picture. All right, and first place. When did God know your brilliant eyes would laugh and sparkle with surprise? Cheryl Seacom, When Did God Know?
All right, children's chapter book. Sherilyn B. Martin, Meet Me Under the Mango Tree. Charlie Parsons and Levi Parsons, Logan's Journey. Melissa Reuter, A Beaver's Tale. Kristen Joy Wilkes, Fooey Kerflooey versus the Fancy Fancy Teacup. Second place, Fooey Kerflooey burrowed close to her brothers and sisters. Kristen Joy Wilkes, Fooey Kerflooey versus the Fancy Fancy Teacup. And our first place, Daddy, I wish you didn't have to leave. Andre blinked back tears as he watched Daddy close his backpack. Sherilyn B. Martin, meet me under the mango tree.
All right, our next category is nonfiction book. Our first finalist, Karen J. Dorsey, Beach Beatitudes. Helen Haverland, Write Your Memories. Kathy Thomas, Eve, Blameless and Beloved, Freedom from the Lies That Say We Are Not Enough. And S.E. Schritter, The Prodigal Son. Who some of the winners are. This is a surprise to me too sometimes. Second place goes to, do you worry about your grandkids, about choices they've made, about the choices yet to come? Helen Haverland, Write Your Memories. And the first place, with each shallow breath, fear tightened its grip on her throat. The smell of sweat from the man crouching beside her permeated the air. Kathy Thomas, Eve, Blameless and Beloved, Freedom from Lies That Say We Are Not Enough.
Memoir book. Trong Van Cow, Gary Gorans, and Carrie Stewart Parks, Awakened Heart. She wrote little pronunciations for me here, so I'm really trying hard. Nancy Beck Erland, Grief is Labor, a midwife describes remarkable parallels. Lillian Joyce, The Secret Life of Lillian Revealed. And Tammy Murray, Even So, Redemptive Hope in the Midst of Trauma. Second place. The wood stove warmed my home, but not my little girl's heart. Tammy Murray, Even So, Redemptive Hope in the Midst of Trauma. First place, notebook entry, a daydream. Two men wandered up the aisle of the airplane. Shouts were heard, then gunfire. Lillian Joyce, The Secret Life of Lillian Revealed.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, we're getting to some fiction. Contemporary fiction book. Lori Altabomber, The Wilderness of Sin. J. Michael Corley, The Secrets of Solomon's Seal, Sinai. Sarah Popovich, Whispers in the Trees. And Rachel D. Russell, The Moment of Surrender. Second place, sweat beaded on his forehead and trailed along his hairline until it ran beneath his collar. He didn't stop to wipe it. Lori Altabomber, The Wilderness of Sin. And the first place winner, What You're Witnessing is the Primal Human Male in His Native Habitat. Emma Jacobs leaned forward in the restaurant booth and raised her glass towards the men crowded around the pool table. Rachel D. Russell, The Moment of Surrender.
All right, historical fiction book. Leslie C. Moore, A Pearl Among Swine. Robert J. Paul's Elkhorn's Gold. Kendi Pearson, Fires of Injustice. Amy Reno, Becoming a Lady Spy. Second place, The Pacific Ocean, 1863. Kate shouldered their newborn daughter and patted her back. They swayed with a sudden roll of the ship. Kendi Pearson, Fires of Injustice.
Did you forget your first line? I did.
First place, Britannia, Kingdom of Mercia, 829 AD. The Lord's Prayer no longer rolled from her lips as a mere memorized utterance, but as a desperate plea to heaven. Leslie C. Moore, A Pearl Among Swine.
All right, next up is speculative fiction. The first finalist is Cassandra A. Locke, Chasing Babylon. Lynetta Smith, By His Wounds. Emily J. Waldorf, The Mirror. Julia N. White, The White Raven. Second place. The hard lump beneath my skin shifted as I pressed the blade to it. I didn't have time to hesitate. Gritting my teeth, I cut deep. Cassandra A. Locke, Chasing Babylon. Oh, yeah, you might want that. First place. Some call it a gifting, others a supernatural phenomenon. Me, I call it a curse. Lynetta L. Smith, By His Wounds. I'm going to be mailing a lot of books.
right, middle grade book. Tina Gollings, Soul House. Annika Clanderud, I lived through a wind chill advisory. Susan Mary Mix, Amy D. Robo-Doc. Mark Wainwright, The Case of the Missing Silver Star. Second place. Short bursts of laughter and the sound of sticky feet running across the kitchen floor 2 stories below were barely muffled all the way up in Creed's attic room. Tina Gollings, Soul House. First place. When my twin brothers get older, they're never gonna believe me when I tell them spelling bee practice almost got my toes amputated, which of course is my absolute worst nightmare. Annika Klonderud, I lived through a wind chill advisory.
And our last category, young adult book. Sorry, this name is really hard, even though I have pronunciation guide here. Maudie Faith, Granny and the True Gift of Christmas. Annika Clanderud, Qualify. S.E. Schritter, Keeper of the Keys. And Kristen Joy Wilkes, Losing My Religion. Just to make the suspense a little more. Second place. I hate those stories where something bad happens and the main character loses her faith in God. So don't worry, this isn't one of those stories. Annika Klonderud, Qualify. And the first place winner in young adult. I peered into the terrarium and sighed, letting the sagging weight of my duffel slide off my shoulder and thump onto the floor. Crabby and Sheldon were motionless. Kristen Joy Wilkes, Losing My Religion. Congratulations. All right, so I have 3 kind of special, you can go to the next slide, please. Oh, there went. I have 3 special awards. Unfortunately, one person is definitely not here to get it. Actually, I don't know if any of them are here to get it, but I'm doing it anyway, because they have certificates and awards. All right, our first special award is for, and I did this last year, it was so much fun. It's for high score overall. So I took all 5 scores, the 3 preliminary plus the final scores for every contestant across the whole contest. Well, not just the finalists, not every contestant, sorry, it's been a long day. Just the finalists, and determined the person who had the highest average score overall. And that person was Annette Marie Griffin in the poetry category for But There's a Place. And my next award is just kind of a fun one. I noticed that one of my judges, one of the preliminary judges, was just a tad bit busier than the others and stepped in when one of my judges forgot that they were supposed to do 10 devotionals and 3 of something else. And even though she'd done a bunch, she took those on at the last minute as well and actually judged 47 entries by herself. And that person, and she judged in contemporary fiction, devotional, and fiction short story, is Becky Hanchett. And I know she couldn't be here, but I told her she better watch on the live stream so she could hear that. And then last but not least, unfortunately he's not here, but Nick Harrison, many of you know Nick Harrison. If you don't know him, haven't known him a long time like some of us have, you've at least hopefully met him at a conference, but he has been a supporter of CCW, formerly OCW, for many, many, many years. He is always serves as he comes and speaks and does workshops and mentors people on the side. I know I've talked to him many times about things, and so we got him, and I will have to mail it to him. I don't know if he's watching, but this is a Lifetime Achievement Award for Nick Harrison from Cascade Christian Writers, and it's a little clock for all the time he has put in to CCW over the years. And so that will get mailed to him. Or if somebody lives near Nick Harrison, because this is going to not be cheap to mail because it's heavy. But if somebody, I will mail it if I have to, but. Oh, wait, okay, I can mail it. Oh, if somebody can take it, right, exactly. All right, and so. Thank you all for making this night special, for the finalists and the winners, and for me. I just love seeing all your smiling faces out there. I believe there's still dessert back there. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. If you are a finalist again, and if you're here and you're a finalist and you want your certificate, come up and see Julie Zander, and she has all the certificates, and then we'll be able to take your picture in front of the lovely banner. And then we also want to get all the winners, first and second place winners who are here. If you will come up, then we will get a group shot with all of you as well. Thank you all, and good night.